Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on where you are in this amazing world. My name is Donovan Jolly, and welcome everybody once again for another amazing video of DIY investing. For today's video, we're going to be diving into Bitcoin. I'm going to be sharing with you guys the big picture analysis and explaining to you guys why this summer sell-off is pretty much exactly what we've seen every single cycle up to this point. There's really no reason to be super shaken out right now. This is simply just the summer cool off before we ultimately take us into new all-time highs to close out the end of the year, which will follow exactly to our plan of the 4-year cycle theory. People that understand the bigger picture trend are going to be able to understand and ignore all of the FUD that's circulating the markets right now. And these are going to be the people that set themselves up to make the most money over this cycle. If you're new and just finding this channel, always remember to do me a favor by leaving a like, comment, and subscribing to this channel for more updates. Always remember to click that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of these videos like the one provided for you here. And make sure you guys sign up and join the Discord server of over 20,000 members and growing. Links are provided for you in the description if you guys want to sign up and join my community. On top of that, if you're a new guy just getting into these markets and you want to make better, more profitable decisions with your crypto, links are provided for you in the description to go ahead and download my free ebook and beginner's guide to crypto. So make sure you guys go check it out. Links are provided for you in the description. And with all that being said, guys, let's jump right into this amazing video today. So for today's video, I just want to take the time to actually talk about the entire chart of Bitcoin and explain some of my thoughts on why I'm really not too shaken out by this summer sell-off. Now, a lot of people are expecting that the cycle's top, we're going to be bearish, and we're going to start a brand new bear cycle. And I just simply don't think so, because in every cycle, there's the beginning of the move, then there's the next big run up beyond all-time highs, and then there's one more final push beyond that. And in my opinion, where we're at is simply just the midway cool-off. Now, guys, we've been on this parabolic trend for a long time. Ever since 2010, Bitcoin has been growing on this parabolic trend. And it's very obvious to tell that during every single bull run, there's a period in which we get some consolidation before that takes us to our final blow off top to end out that cycle. In the first cycle, it was back down in here. In the second cycle, we broke the all-time highs. We had this big move here, this short-term blow off top that happened. And then we ended up still getting one more big move into new all-time highs after that. And so this is pretty much the way it happens every single cycle. We can see in the last one, it did the same thing. Here we were growing on the parabolic trend. Here we were breaking out of those all-time highs. And we get that midway summer sell-off. I remember being in the last cycle and watching many altcoins sell off, 80% from their all-time highs after we had that first big break past the all-time highs. And that was this move here. 2017, we went from about $900 all the way up towards of about $3,000, and we broke those all-time highs. In the first cycle, or I should say in the second cycle, we went from, approximately $12, $13, all the way up to about $288 before seeing a sell-off. And so where we just saw in this most recent cycle, we went from about $10,000 all the way upwards of about $65,000. And so in my opinion, where we're at today is simply the same period in which we've been here, in which we were here, in which we were here. And we are now just making a brand new bearish cycle inside of this summer sell-off. And this isn't going to be a long-term bearish cycle. We're not going to go all the way back down, crash to new lows. We're going to end up consolidating here for probably a month or two, and then taking off for one more big rally past the all-time highs. Now, I've actually gone ahead and drawn this black line, and it's interesting to me because this black line looks a lot like an area in which we could see some resistance here. So when I actually take a look at this black resistance line, this brings us somewhat of a target of about 250K to about 300K, which honestly, guys, 250K has been my target for the last few years. It's the number that I've been watching for Bitcoin. And honestly, guys, I think that this is setting up to be, one of these type of moves where we get this summer sell-off, we kind of consolidate here for a month or two, and then we're going to get one more big push on the upside shortly after. And that's really where I think is what's taking place right now. Maybe the rest of the summer, we kind of go sideways, a lot of choppy up and down ranging before, start early fall. That's maybe when we're actually going to start that big final move on the upside. And so guys, if you are sitting here and you're kind of beating yourself up because you didn't take enough profits before this sell-off, just understand that it really doesn't matter. Where we want to be taking profits historically is this final blow-off top here. This is when we want to be taking profits. And it doesn't matter if we know the exact top. We could sell a little bit early in this last move. But regardless, guys, we always see one more big euphoric rally that takes place before the cycle's done. And so I really do think we're going to be seeing the exact same thing taking place, where we're going to see Bitcoin go up a lot more than where we're at today. And so, if you didn't take a lot of profits during or before this sell-off, there really isn't a big reason to be fretting too much about it, because at the end of the day, we still are kind of at the midway point of this cycle. I mean, we haven't even hit any of these resistance levels. We just broke the all-time high, which in the last cycle would have been about right here, which in the prior cycle, that would have been about right here. And so I really don't think that there's a whole reason to be too worried right now. We're going to see a couple months of consolidation. It's probably not going to be the most fun action to trade with unless you are a day trader. Then we're going to get some nice ranging markets. And so, it's better for those people. But for the people like me that are mainly just here to long-term hold, mainly here just analyzing the bigger picture trend, this summer is going to be a great opportunity for us to kind of take a step back from the charts, relax a little bit, spend time with our families, focus on other passions that we might have. Because at the end of the day, guys, the bull run is still very much strong. The trend is yet to change. Where we're at right now is just a period where, there's not going to be the big 10x growth. There's not going to be all these major impulses going on. Chances are it's going to be slow, it's going to be steady, and we're going to be building before we do get one more big push to close out that end of the year. So where we're at right now, guys, is literally no different than any of the prior cycles. We have front run the last cycle by about 2 months. In the last cycle, we topped out about the beginning of June. This cycle, we topped out about the beginning of May. So we're a little bit leading the last cycle. But if we come back down here and look all the way back when, 2013, when Bitcoin broke out of its all-time high, we actually ended up topping about the same period of time. And so let's draw a line here. So where Bitcoin topped in 2013 at about this exact same point was about the 1st of April, right? So in the most recent cycle, we topped out, about the 1st of June. And in this cycle, we topped out pretty much the 1st of May, right? So we do have a lot of similarities here. It's not 100% exact, but that's the way that these cycles work. They're going to follow roughly the same time frames. They're not always going to be perfect, because the odds of you getting an exact same market cycle repetitive are just impossible. It's not going to happen like that. But what's interesting with crypto is the fact that we do follow roughly the same cycle every single time around. There is some differences, but overall, we're following that same pattern here. We can see that we start our first little impulse here. We get our big 3-wave here. And then that's what takes us to our final 5-wave impulse there. Same thing happened in this cycle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks a little bit different. But once again, we're seeing the same thing playing out this cycle too. And so I really don't think, we're going to be very much different than the prior cycles. As you guys can see, this looks pretty much the exact same, on par with what we've seen in the last cycles. Time frames are about the same. Back in 2013, we topped at the 1st of April. The last cycle, we topped, the 1st of June. This cycle, we're topping about the 1st of May. So we're within a couple months of that same time frame. There's no reason to get too shaken out. I mean, if we're following the 2013 time frames, Bitcoin topped at the 1st of December. If we're following the last cycle timeframes, Bitcoin topped once again the 1st of December. And so if we're pretty much on the same par as far as what we did in the last cycles, I don't really think that there's a big, reason to think that we're not going to do it again. I mean, once again, guys, I'm still targeting about the 1st of December, 2021 for me to take profits with Bitcoin. It's really no different than what we've seen in the prior cycles. People that are explaining that the cycles are lengthening, I still think that these people are wrong. I still think that they're ignoring valid data points, and they're just simply being a little bit more closed-minded in the greater picture of the trend. And so I want to give you guys this video as just a way to give you guys a quick update. Look at the bigger picture trend that's developing here. A lot of fun around the market. A lot of people calling for the top. I really don't think so. I'm very confident in saying that this is just a short-term correction inside of the summer before we do ultimately close out for one more big euphoric push to close out the end of the year. I think that this is the way that we should be playing the markets, guys. I think that Bitcoin is going to have some short-term outperformance against the alts as we continue to consolidate, continue to, assert dominance. And I will keep you guys updated as follows. Just wanted to give you guys this quick little update. I haven't been uploading a whole lot because I've been moving. On top of that, the markets really haven't done a whole lot. So I have been doing my best to take a little bit of a break, to focus on some other things that I need to take care of in my life. And so, maybe my upload schedule won't be as consistent as it was because I will be spending more time doing other stuff. But regardless, guys, I just think that we should all be taking this time, to get away from the charts, go outside, go in nature, spend time with family, do these sort of things, because honestly, guys, it's really easy to get super wrapped up emotionally in the losses, the short-term losses and your unrealized gains whenever we are in a short-term bearish sequence. But honestly, guys, what I found for myself is when I worry more about it, I end up just costing myself more mistakes. I end up panic selling. I end up over trading. I end up doing dumb little things that cost me more money in the bigger picture. Whereas what I've noticed that as I've gotten more mature inside of these markets, whenever we're in a bearish sequence, I just take a break. I just go and do other things. You know, I've got my investments. I like my investments. And so why would I sit here and worry so much when at the end of the day, all we can do is wait or panic sell and move on? I'm not panic selling. I'm going to sit here and hold through. And so just want to give you guys this quick little update. If you guys want to join the Discord server, links are going to be provided for you in the description. You guys can also download my free ebook as well. If you guys want and you found value in this, leave a like, comment, and subscribe to this channel so you don't miss out on any of these awesome videos. If you guys want to sign up for my private video course and signals, links are also going to be provided for you in the description for that. Thank you guys so much for the support. Thank you guys so much for all of the encouragement that you guys give me. I appreciate each and every one of you so much. And I look forward to watching you guys make life-changing amounts of wealth after we finish this short-term bearish cycle. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. And with all that being said, I will catch you in the next one. As always, peace out.